Hey guys, welcome back to the program. Welcome back to the Dee Time Love Show. And today you join me at one of my favorite pre-owned luxury watch dealers. I've come down to BQ Watches. I'm in the studio. I spoke to the guys at BQ Watches. I mentioned that I was looking at inquiring about a new Tudor Black Bay 54, the Lagoon Blue. I went to my authorized dealer. There is a waiting list, and I didn't actually get hands on the watch. They didn't have anything to show me, to be honest with you. And as soon as the guys at BQ Watches said, "Dee, come down, have a look at the watch," before I pulled the trigger, it did catch my interest, but I'm not sure. There's a lot of people online that review watches without physically holding the watch and just reviewing it off the back of having a look at it on the website. I tend to want to see the watch in real life before I make a comment or even, review a watch. I give my opinion about whether I like the watch, but it's hard to see what it really is in real life. And here we have it, guys. The new Tudor Black Bay 54 Lagoon Blue with that mirror finish bezel. Well, first impressions, I would say. Now, I haven't got any of the smaller Black Bays. I had the Black Bay 58. I haven't never owned a Black Bay 54, the 37mm. I like them. I like the heritage vibe they bring, but I'm getting more into my vintage watches, and those are really my smaller pieces that I buy. When I tend to buy modern, I tend to buy big, 40, 42mm. Like I'm wearing the Tudor Black Bay S&G GMT, the light, the diet root bear. I love this watch. It's one of my modern Tudors. I do love Tudor. My interest in Tudor has declined over the last few years as my taste has changed. I've always been a big fan of Tudor in terms of the value, the build quality they bring. It's a great watch to get into the hobby. It's a very, very solid timepiece. And I love the fact that you can wear them every day. They are quite expensive watches. I think this Tudor Black Bay S&G GMT diet root bear, I think it retails now just under £6,000. Correct me if I'm wrong. They have jumped in price quite a bit, but I do love the fact that you get a bit of gold, you get a GMT function. Is always good to have. But in the last, you could say 6 months, I've sort of not been looking at Tudor at all, to be honest with you. I've not really had the need to even buy a watch, but this one came up, and it really comes down to that I've been looking at summer watches. And the mere fact that it's 37mm, for me, makes it a bit of a unisex watch as well. I was quite surprised they didn't launch this in the 41 and in the 37, or even in a smaller version of this for his and hers. But I think at 37mm, they're looking at what's going on in the watch world with the enthusiasts, looking to downsize in terms of size of their watches. The smaller, slimmer, slender watches are making a real comeback, and I think this is a real move by Tudor to tap into that enthusiast market. But first of all, what do I like about the watch? My first impressions. Well, you know what? I quite like the size, 37mm, just under 12mm in terms of case thickness, quite slender, so I can wear this maybe with a nice summery suit. I would say some nice light cream suit or light blue, whatever. I think it's quite versatile for your summer wear for sure. This has got a summer vibe, and especially the name says it all, Lagoon Blue, with that dial, that texture dial. I do like that mirror finish bezel. It's got a very good bezel action. Let's just check this out. Typical Tudor bezel action. One of the best on the market, I have to say. I've always been impressed with Tudor's bezel action. Very nice indeed. If I'm being overly critical about the watch, the only danger you have when you have mirror finish bezels, they tend to scratch quite easily. I've had Breitlings in the past with these types of bezels, and they do tend to scratch quite easily. But it does look very cool, and most importantly, the party trick of this watch is the actual dial, that textured blue dial, really giving you that summer vibe, that vacation vibe. Very cool. And this typical type of color, when you think of the Rolex sort of ice blue dials and stuff like that, the platinum is normally associated with their very expensive watches. And I have to say, when I compared this Black Bay, the Lagoon Blue, with just the traditional heritage Black Bay 54, it does look like a far more expensive timepiece, as the other one goes a lot more under the radar, playing on that whole Tudor Rolex Submariner heritage of old. It's more of that heritage vibe, and yeah, I like that. I do like that. I do like the way everything, the way the indices are done with that slight sort of rose gold brass finish on the indices. It's just a nice looking watch, I have to say. Now, what would I have liked? I think Tudor missed something here. I think they should have gone for a tungsten bezel with a mirror finish to give it that more robust reliability, that scratch resistance, because I think that could become a bit of a problem if you wear this every day. But in saying that, I'm being overly critical. I would love to have seen Tudor play with some new materials, maybe in a tungsten bezel with a mirror finish, would have changed the whole dynamics of this watch. But overall, what can I say? I think it's a well-needed addition to the Tudor lineup. This type of dial, just looking at it, the way it plays with the light, I could see myself wearing it. I do love the fact it's on Tudor's version of the Jubilee bracelet. Very nice indeed. It's a very well constructed, robust piece, especially with that Tudor in-house movement. Really wears very well on my wrist. Check it out, guys. Very cool indeed. So overall, would I buy one? Probably, yeah. I mean, it's one of those ones, it would be a bit of an impulse buy. It was almost an impulse buy when I walked into the AD, and guess what? They never had it in stock. I was actually thinking about buying one and reviewing it on the channel, and then maybe keeping it for 6 months and letting it go, to be honest with you. It's one of those ones, how much wear would it get? But looking at the dial, you know, if I was going to pick this Tudor Black Bay 54, this one to go on summer, I know which one I'll be taking. I'll be taking the Lagoon Blue. I think it really goes with the type of clothing that I enjoy wearing. I like sort of bright colours when I'm away, and I think this will be a lovely watch that I could wear every day. I'm not sure I would wear it on the beach because of that stainless steel mirror finish polish, because it's going to pick up a few scratches. But you do get, you know, if you get the bezel protector, put it away, make sure you've got that bezel protector on. But walking around in this is definitely a desk diver for me. I wouldn't wear it actually diving or swimming because of that bezel. I prefer to have a ceramic bezel, and same goes with the actual aluminium bezel. They're not so robust like you get with ceramic and so on. So if I was being overly critical, I would have loved Tudor to put a tungsten bezel in here, because even more robust and even more scratch resistant than even ceramic, believe it or not, I was told. So, but other than that, it is a stunning looking watch. And if you are interested in this watch, it is available at BQ Watches. I'll leave a link in the description. Both of these watches are available at BQ Watches, absolutely in sublime condition. I'm assuming that this Tudor Black Bay 54 Lagoon Blue is pretty much brand new. You know, I wouldn't say it's unworn, but it looks even stickered still. So this is literally fresh out of the AD. So yeah, there are people flipping Tudors, you know what I mean? So look, I spoke to my AD. They couldn't tell me when one would be available. There is a waiting list. I've spent loads of money with them. And look, if I don't get a call from them in the next few weeks, I probably may consider buying this one. But you know, it is available at BQ Watches, so if you're interested, guys, check them out now. Absolute mint condition, stunning watches, I have to say. Take care, guys. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you prefer. Do you prefer the heritage version, or do you prefer the new dynamic Lagoon Blue? Take care, guys. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.